can see in their lives, there's always some kind of problem. They're always put into difficulty, even though it looks like they're enjoying, but somehow or other, accidents happen. I mean, you look in the news today, there was a big concert in the US, and 8 people died because of a stampede. And I just looked it over a little and read there was one boy who died, and his father was stating all his good qualities, that he just he's a good person and wanted to enjoy the concert, and it wasn't his fault. They're always looking at what happened, how could we have prevented this. And Srila Prabhupada just always states that Krishna consciousness is the only solution. At every step there's danger. And if you're in this mentality of enjoying what is not ours, there's always danger. And it's amazing, as devotees, we also experience this, but the effects are lessened. I remember one time when we were in South Africa, I was doing the service for the Durban Rath Yatra, and I brought my kids along with me, and we were fully engaged in devotional service. And one day they had to meet some important people. They tagged along with one of my friends, a devotee who's into meeting all the hot shots in South Africa. And upon coming back from the program, they were on the highway, and she just lost control, and they flipped the car 5 times on the highway. And my kids didn't have seat belts, and they were in the back. And nothing happened to them. They just got out with scratches. Anybody who saw the car would have just imagined, that the people are dead. Nothing happened to them. And the driver, because when she unbuckled, she fell on her wrist, so she just fractured her wrist a little. But this is just amazing. We can't conceive of these things, that we can be saved by the Lord, or that our karma can be somehow lessened a little. But this is all due to the special mercy we get when we perform devotional service. The Lord is there protecting us. And of course, sometimes there's instances where devotees die, and this is all part of Krishna's plan. In the material society, this is a common occurrence. There's so much disturbance all the time, but they're never trying to understand how to actually solve these problems. They're the real problem. They're only trying to solve the problem, how to improve our life, how to how to protect this materialistic society, how to continue enjoying, how to continue lording it over the material nature. So, let's see, what I wanted to talk about also was, that human life is so short. So we know that at every step is danger. And sometimes we waste our time in petty bickering and and talking nonsense. There's one really nice quote my daughter found this morning. Srila Prabhupada states that that when we're engaged in prajalpa, nonsense talk, that means that we're actually shortening our life. So prajalpa, this is Srila Prabhupada, prajalpa means talking all nonsense. Suppose politics, what Mr. Nixon did yesterday or what did he say. So what interest we have got in Mr. Nixon? We shall not waste our time talking this politics, that politics, this sociology, this cinema, this affair. No, we have nothing to do with that. That is called prajalpa, unnecessary talking. Talking means decreasing your duration of life. Talking. So why should you decrease your life unnecessarily? Every moment you have to utilize, whether it is used for Krishna, this is sadhana. This is sadhana, practice. Unnecessary talking, unnecessary making enemies, unnecessarily, you are my subordinate, I am your master. Who is master? Everyone is subordinate to Krishna. Nobody is master. Why you talk unnecessarily? Very nice. In our devotee world also, and this is happening. We are talking about this devotee, that devotee, what happened, and making enemies. This is also happening in family relations as well. With my kids, this is happening all the time. You have brother and sister not getting along, meditating on what they did, and it just consumes their whole consciousness. And it's very difficult to get them out, to remove all these the negativity and the hatred out of their minds. And this is, what we have to keep understanding is that our lives are so short. Why should we be engaged, in these petty fights? We should be focusing on the mode of cooperation and how to advance in Krishna consciousness, how to help Srila Prabhupada in his movement of love to bring all the conditioned souls to understand the real purpose of life. It states in the purport that we should not risk this degradation in the next life because the body will change. So as we, if even as devotees, we have to be very careful because, as it says in the Gita, our devotional service sometimes can be performed in a mode of passion and ignorance. And we have to try to rise above this and try to at least stay in the mode of goodness so that, we keep friends and that we don't somehow slip. Of course, we all know that devotional service is always a win-win situation. It's never at a loss. Even if we can't complete our devotional service in this life, we can take it up again in the next life. But when we have this knowledge, Prabhupada gives, the truth in every purport. He gives us all the tools necessary to perfect our lives in this one lifetime. Make this our last birth. So when we have all these tools, we should make a great endeavor to utilize the tools and to cooperate and make best use of this lifetime. So this is a part of our responsibility. Srila Prabhupada says that in the purport. You have to be most careful and responsible in the activities of this life. So part of our responsibility is to follow the rules and regulations and our vows in devotional service. And our responsibility also is to behave in such a way where we are most inspirational to others, and so that people can really understand what it is. What is Krishna consciousness about through your own personal behavior and just your dealings. So we'll stop there. It's 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Sorry. Any comments, corrections, questions? Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.